Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to the Thief Deadly Shadows. No definite article, just some Deadly Shadows. Thief, non-count Deadly Shadows, where we're still robbing pagans and bashing
Yeah.
them over the head in a deniably lethal way, like a police officer running around with a less than lethal beanbag gun that he fires directly into the face of innocents from a distance of no greater than 2 feet. How you doing, Amabel? How's it going?
Doing okay. I'm really happy to be playing this completely apolitical game with you. This game has nothing to do with politics.
Like
Nothing to
like
say about it.
like most games, and definitely things in the world in general. All shamans to havering the Jackanel's paw. Oh, Jesus Christ. First must be done the ritual of the root. None can take her the paw without the ritual, which be's known only to us shaman. If them paw is tookered without them Jackanel's paw bees will kills they that tookered it. The, if them paw is tookered without the ritual, them Jackanel paw bees will kills they that tookered it. The person who was writing this couldn't even keep their gibberish grammar straight. The foolsy pugleaf bees deaded this way in his forgetting. Bees will none of us ever forget again. You know who this reminds me of a little bit? They've really fucking like wrapped all the way around. It's no longer sort of like a fairy tale dialect. They just fucking sound like Squizgar Squigelf now.
Who?
From Metalocalypse. Metalocalypse has
Okay.
2 characters in the band. The band Death Clock has 2
Right.
characters in it where English is not their first language.
Yeah.
Because they are from, I believe, one of them is from Finland and the other one's from Sweden, I think.
Okay.
And they talk like this, in like a very cartoony sort of broken English.
Now, I never understood the difference between Tooker and billiards.
I don't have time for whatever bit you're doing right now. I'm sorry. All right, new plan. Hide in this shadow over here. Okay, would you like? So I'm sorry. Things were occurring. Would you like to try the bit again?
No, it's okay. I want to find more documents at this point.
Okay. I couldn't tell if that was a pagan grammar thing, or if you had remembered that one of the 2 guys in Death Clock that I was talking about is named Toki, and you were like doing a weird.
No, because so they said Tookered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know I'm caught up now.
And there's a game, ball sport,
Love a ball sport. Love a good ball sport.
called snooker.
Yes,
The cue sport is what they call them, I guess.
I was a feeling about tonight.
These predate esports.
Yes.
We started at the end of the alphabet and worked backwards. You don't even want to see the Z sports. Hilariously primitive.
I mean, the Z sports sound like something from the 90s. Like the X Games.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you're thinking of the X Games.
There were still Z's on things in the 90s, though. There shouldn't have been.
Yeah. No, because Z is one of the most radical letters.
What bees we not working? Let's get to it. Please.
I tried just being against the wall, but that doesn't actually solve the problem here, because he walks right against the wall in that one place.
That. Oh.
All right, I'm kind of just curious what's gonna happen. I'm gonna leave her there, and the beast is gonna come around.
Okay, yeah. Let's do some science.
Yeah, it saw her from across the way, and it's agitated. It ran. It was doing running, but it doesn't really seem to know how to handle the situation from there.
Oh, that's sad.
Remarkably, it can just like rub its face directly on the lit torch, without that being a problem. I guess it's probably like made of, healthy, still growing wood. So I guess it wouldn't. There's no reason to think it would catch on fire immediately. But I don't know. I was kind of just expecting to catch on fire immediately.
Yeah, and then be like a rad person on fire, monster on fire fighting you. I want to watch you deal with that.
Yeah, I bet you would. Okay, the thing is, what am I stuck on? I can't move forward. Oh, wait. Did I walk through the wall of the cavern? I'm outside of the...
That's
You
not
can
great.
see where the wall is supposed to be.
Wow.
I backed through a wall accidentally while trying to hide, and now we're outside the room.
And we can't seem to reverse it.
Hold on. So this is one of those things where only one side of each wall is textured, because why would you texture the backside? Creature, help me! Hey, creature, guess what? Get fucked! That's not the most intimidating running pose. Hi. Yeah, what's up now? What's up now?
I don't know. I'm pretty intimidated by that.
So it knows I'm here. It can be aware of me, but it can't path outside the wall. I'm a little worried that if I step too close, it will kill me through the wall.
Well, how is it now?
Ow! It can definitely punch you through the wall. I brought arrows. Damn it. Ah. It does seem to bleed, doesn't it? Sometimes.
Watching you pump arrows repeatedly at something's head
God damn it.
is making me nostalgic.
Oh, yeah?
Making me nostalgic for the official I'm Doing Stealth Amabel t-shirt.
Oh, now on sale. Supplies limited, theoretically. Get it today or else you'll be an embarrassment publicly. Great news. Several of my arrows are just here. Just sort of
Okay, so
in the environment.
Are we we're out? Okay.
Hold on. Okay, it's this particular panel of the wall is... Do you have my arrows in you? No? Okay. Yeah, that particular panel of the wall is just not... They forgot to put in the collision for that one. Did any of my arrows that missed and flew past get, like, lodged in the walls over here? Because these things are fucking expensive.
I feel like we did not have those problems with the first game. We had some shenanigans with the second, but...
Okay, so there's Jacknill's paw. Now, obviously, I would love to bees Tuckard.
Yeah.
So, what was it? It was, you got to do a water arrow on the water symbol. Right, and then step 2 was you got to do a moss on the moss.
And then blood.
Ooh, wow. The moss arrow effect is bad. That is a bad look. Yeah, and then somehow you got a blood on the blood arrow. I have a thought. This lady has blood in her. Theory.
No, she was already. Oh no, she's unconscious, wasn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I did it. I made her bleed on the thing. It didn't open. I mean, I very obviously can take it, but he just won't reach up because that root is there, even though there is nothing obstructing the paw from being removed from this tree. Stab self. Stab own leg. Cut he own leg. Then Garrett B's cut he own legger. Look at all the blood. Look at all the blood. I'm gonna put her. Hold on. I'm gonna put her higher up on the thing, so her blood drains down onto it. Oh, there we go. Okay, a corpse works. She wasn't on it enough for the statue's sake.
The Jacknall's paw. Well, I guess he's not using it any longer.
That does seem to be the case. Good observation, Garrett. Strong contribution.
How much better would this game be if it was called Tookerer?
Leave by way of the pagan tunnels. Well, great news. There's no way for me to do anything other than by way of the pagan tunnels, so. That was weird. I jumped and it made a thunderous sound that I am not used to. So it seems like you have to have killed that woman.
Yeah. That feels...
Maybe if I had knocked her out and put her high enough up on the stone and just stabbed her once, like stabbed her a non-lethal amount, but still, you know, with a sharp thing to draw blood, maybe that would have been good enough.
Yeah, or maybe, you know, somewhere there's
It's not.
Maybe somewhere there's like a goblet of blood or something. You know, some other way to get it. It seems to run kind of counter to the, you know, you do your thiffing how you want the thiff kind of thing.
The play your own way classic.
Yeah, if you have to.
Did I? Yep.
Specific way.
I sure did attempt to. I attempted to jump, and Garrett kind of got stuck on something, and I got into the infinite jump again. I would love to end the mission. That sounds great.
Jacknall's paw. The keepers will be happy, but I doubt the pagans will be as pleased. There are more of them in the city than anyone knew, and now their secret's out. I just hope that when they go hunting for their property, they don't come looking for me, too.
That's right, we're stealing this for the keeperers.
85% of the loot stolen times caught 8 is an inflated stat. It relies on a very loose definition of caught. All right, let's load back into our apartment so that I can leave our apartment building and load into a new map immediately after. I am not going to bother giving you the video on this one. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Let me get outside and then I'll feed you that.
Okay, until then, can you just pick like a picture with your words for me?
Amabel, you have seen the interior of this building before.
That's so evocative, sweetheart. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's like Jaws. I learned it from Steven Spielberg. The most effective tool, the most effective paintbrush is the mind of the viewer. if I don't show you the room, then you can just remember the room from the last time you saw it. Okay, so we are to deliver the chalice and paw to Artemis in Tarsus Courtyard. And we remember where the Tarsus Courtyard is. It's in South Quarter. It's in Stone Market proper. So we gotta, yeah, okay. Which I guess means another loading screen. I apologize. I could have just waited.
See you later then.
The fuck? There's just a sort of a light just kind of wandering along this wall. It's gotten lost. Hi. Don't look at me like that. What's going on with your skull, friend?
Something's got those critters all stirred up.
The light vertices are, I don't know, something ain't right with the lights in this area. Let's just keep moving before whatever it is happens to us.
Okay.
I would hate to suddenly extrude polygons from my skull. All right, let me feed you this input as well.
Yes, thank you.
You know what I think is they should just make you cross as many loading barriers as possible, as often as possible, to remind you that the loading barriers are a thing.
I think they agree with you.
Well, clearly they do.
That explains their design decisions.
I'm
I
gonna
hope
quick save
people
just in
watching
case we
this-
get like ambushed or some shit.
I hope people watching this don't think that we're just,
You've
being
returned
really
with the
negative about
artifacts,
the game.
Garrett. Excellent. Follow me. Garrett.
I hope they do.
Because I am really enjoying this game as okay game.
Yeah, you don't have to play it.
Yeah.
The council will not listen. Corruption. It's more pervasive than even I expected. Who can I trust? No. For this, there is no one. I must walk alone.
I'm right here.
I feel I could almost follow the imbalance to a source. The path is obscured, but by what? Time. Did you need something, Garrett?
Yeah, I mean, all right, damn.
The repetition of these three glyphs, here and here. Now is the Termanus Embolian.
The time's unwritten, the
Verbanus
end
Diem.
of words.
And here, again the mark of the Fratelli
Brethren and
Traderus.
betrayer.
Yes, warnings, terrible. Unvesagens
My hand falls
afalere,
useless to my
decardum
side, doubly
portanimus
cursed in
potentium.
living death.
The prophecies are clear. There is much ahead to be wary of. Interpreter Kataka, your words are most useful to...
Clear as mud. Exactly what will happen, and what are we supposed to do about it? I'm still waiting to see a useful book.
We must first understand the unwritten times, if we are to prevent them.
First Keeper Orland demands immediate audience.
You've moved up in the world, Orland. Nice view.
Yes, I have. It's First Keeper Orland now, Garrett. Within these walls, you answer to me.
You called me here to remind me you're in charge? The job must not keep you very busy.
You inquired about books. Useful books.
That's right. You must have something in here worth reading.
You think you might shape events more skillfully? Read the signs more clearly? The prophecies...
Shape events? Interesting way to put it. I'm here now. Do you want my help or not?
Very well. This will admit you to certain areas of the library. Do not venture further. You will not ply your trade here, thief. If anything happens, you will be held accountable. Is this clear?
Perfectly. Perhaps you should translate for Katika.
Sick burn on both this guy and Katika. So first of all, woo, thumbs up, mixed media cutscene. Love that shit.
Yeah.
Secondly, can I tell you, I really dig the way they're playing up the creepiness of the Keepers.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well.
I do want to say,
Yeah.
I was very negative just now. I'm really enjoying a lot of parts of this that aren't the gameplay.
That's always a good sign.
But I really like, unironically, beyond any bit, I just think that the new engine feels terrible.
Yeah.
This is Orland's office. He is busy and has nothing more to say to you for now.
Okay, we don't need that one.
Orland has instructed Elder Izol to give you the door glyph. You will need it to exit this library. Do you need something, Garrett?
I'm just going to stare at this guy until he goes mad with terror.
Artemis has news from the pagans and Hammerites. You should speak with him before you go.
All right. Okay.
So
we get to walk around a keeper sanctuary a little bit. That's interesting.
Elder Granger.
On which quest? The reacquisition of the Compendium of Reproach or of its glyph key?
Either. We will need both items in our hands if we wish to make any headway into our research concerning the coming Dark Age.
There would be considerably more
Again?
progress if the teams were allowed to consult with Interpreter Katika.
Impossible. She seeks the Brethren and Betrayer, and her work must not be interrupted.
Then the answer to your previous question is no.
What will it take to find them then, do you think? The Council would like time to prepare for the prophecies that are contained within the compendium.
They have both been missing for so long, but I am sure with all of us continuing to scour the library and the compound for passages that refer to them, we'll have the precise answer within a reasonable time period. Meanwhile, just in case, I have scribes searching for any book matching its physical description. A large golden slab, sealed with a glyph.
So, the Keepers are hoping to solve the Dark Age problem by finding this compendium and glyph key. I'm pretty good at acquiring lost objects. Maybe I can help.
Also, I'm just walking around with my blackjack out and in my hand, like visibly. Nobody seems to have a problem with it. Here we go. This should comfort them.
So I have a question.
Yeah?
It's
a pen knife.
Okay, you know more about video games than I do.
Probably it's true.
When did video games with, perform dialogue start having subtitles?
They're called talkies, sweetie. I regret for all of our sakes that none of us can see Amabel's face right now. No, that's right. The options menu for this game is completely inaccessible from within the game. Never mind. I was gonna make double sure. Yeah, I don't remember. It definitely was not a standard feature until, I don't know, I want to say like 2010-ish. It was like a long time before subtitles became standard.
Because I have to tell you, that scene with the interpreter or the two people talking at once, I could not.
Well, the trick is just to listen to the one that you can understand.
No, but
Since it is of utmost importance that Interpreter Katika continue her quest to uncover the identity of the Brethren and Betrayer, she should not be interrupted for any reason. Also, several elders have been tasked with other urgent endeavors, including the search for the missing Compendium of Reproach and the glyph key that unlocks it. The compendium, a large golden slab sealed with a glyph, may contain prophecies pertinent to the Dark Age problem, and has been missing for well over a decade. It is useless without its glyph key, which we believe may have gone missing around the same time. If you have been assigned to one of the quest groups, an elder will contact you. This is the same information. I know that they want to make it so you don't have to sit around and listen to conversations, so there are multiple ways to find out about a thing, but in this case, where the thing is like very noun dense, the only way they could figure out to have two different ways of you learning it is to have it posted in plain text and then also spoken of within 2 feet of each other. It feels a little crummy. Come on. Fake bookshelf door switches. Oh. I'm going to kill this book. Keeper Rafe, journal entry number 6154. 6145. Why hasn't Council assigned a team for my expedition? They know the dangers, how the area is swarming with strange creatures. Else why lock the entrance so carefully? How can I do it alone? Still, they must have their reasons. The sunken citadel holds many secrets, and though I am afraid, I also long to journey there again. Most importantly, of course, is the glyph key. How many years has it lain underground? Decades? We were so close with the first expedition. If only we hadn't been attacked. We'd have the key now, and Keeper Soledad would still be alive. Her death must not be in vain. I will retrieve the key successfully on this next venture. The Sunken Citadel. We have a map for that, don't we?
The key was in this sunken citadel.
Fine
I don't see
weather
why
we're
I shouldn't go
having, eh?
look there. Sounds like it might be a profitable trip.
Sir? Garrett?
As heedless as ever, I see.
Garrett, resist. Restrain thyself. All right, you know what? I'm gonna access this book by going over. How about that? You can't even read this book. This is a fake book. Yeah, what's up?
I wanted to tell you how much I really appreciated your performance of the last book that you read.
Okay. Thank
The
you.
character work. You do such a good job with that. I'm gonna tell a mushy story and you can't stop me.
I literally can.
Okay. So
I have 3 different ways of muting you with a single button press.
So when we first met and I asked what you did for a living, and you said you did this YouTube channel, I went to watch some of your videos, and the first thing I watched was the Sunshine Happy Industries.
Sunshine Heavy Industries, I believe.
Sunshine Heavy Industries. Where
Nothing as romantic as pedantic overcorrection.
I mean, that's my kink. You know this. So,
Maybe I'm
You
not
think they're
smart
gonna
enough
yell
to
at me if I steal this ring right in front of them?
Perhaps only anger the elders.
That
by
guy
asking
did say,
stupid questions.
you know, not to practice my trade.
Perhaps that is why they look at me strangely and do not answer.
Nope, nobody noticed. I'm sorry, go ahead. You were telling a story.
and
Garrett,
in that,
I have
there were a lot of
troubles.
there were a lot of voices that you were doing, and all of them had like this distinctive character and feel, and I'm not gonna say that is the moment when I fell in love with you. There were several moments together that did that, but I was really in awe of your talent and your ability to actually bring the story to life, to give it some energy, and it showed a real ability to pay attention to the words, their cadence, the way they were being used and arranged, and I think you do a really good job with that.
Thank you.
I just
That's
want-
very sweet. I do think that maybe, you know, in a series where we have repeatedly criticized the voice work, you talking about how good my objectively not very good voice work is maybe going to bring a little. There's going to be some people who have some salts to express about that. But thank you. I appreciate that. It's very sweet.
I mean, I don't care.
So I think I found
about
Keeper.
this
I think I found Keeper Artemis, and also the letter that is on the table in front of him.
May you
Rights of
find
the
the
pagans had
balance every
discovered it was
day.
you who stole their artifacts. Both factions are very angry. However, they are willing to overlook your recent crimes if you are willing to aid them by performing specific tasks. Until then, beware, for they will attack you on sight. A Hammerite named Inspector Drept wrote this missive for me to deliver to you. I contacted a pagan shaman named Diane, and she agreed to post a similar note for you on the outskirts of the pagan territory in the docks. I have done what I can to aid you. Farewell, and good luck. Hello?
What?
Did you need something, Garrett?
Great. The Hammers and Pagans are mad at me because of jobs I did for the Keepers. I better find out what they
Beware.
want and
I
then
can
decide
say no
whether or
more.
not I want to bother trying to improve their opinion of me.
Really, Garrett?
I love Garrett's indignation. Oh, great. The Hammers and Pagans are mad at me just because I broke into their places and stole all their shit and did a bunch of acts of vandalism and violence to their bodies. What the fuck?
Is it just me, or is Garrett a lot more expositional?
Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is like a very badly written noir hero. Garrett, the prescribed penalty for your crimes against us is death. However, I hath convinced the Hammerite clergy to grant thee lenience, provided thou first perform enough of the following acts of atonement. First, the rust mites are large gold-colored bugs that feed upon metal and undo our works. We hereby grant thee the builder's blessing to destroy them with your arrows. Secondly, thou canst smite the undead. This doesn't even have a canst. It just started happening naturally. For they are most abhorrent to us. For each of these tasks thou accomplish, your standing with the Hammer Order wilt increase a small amount. He has given me a repeatable faction fetch quest. Fucking incredible. What year did World of Warcraft come out?
I don't know. 1995?
Is
that right?
No, that's not okay. Here's the thing. You're not playing the game, and you could, in theory, research this.
Okay,
Okay.
I had a funny idea while okay.
Okay. Whereas stealing from us or attacking any Hammerite will assuredly decrease your standing. The choice is thine. At present, any Hammerite will attack thee on sight if they find you on city streets. If thou increase thy standing with us sufficiently, we will allow thee to pass unharmed. Do many of these favors, and thou wilt be considered an ally, and allowed into Fort Ironwood in Old Quarter. Lastly, 'tis my custom to ask everyone with whom I speak if they have seen a sort of hag, or heard rumors of an old grey lady near the scene of a gruesome crime. If so, 'twould be a great favor to me to tell what you know. 'Tis my life's ambition to find the hag, but my misfortune to always be 10 steps behind her. My workshop is located in Aldale, near the pub. Builder save thee, Inspector Drept. That was kind of a joke. That was kind of a half a joke. But 2004, so the year after this game came out. Because like the idea of repeatable faction quests, I'm pretty sure exists in EverQuest at least. Like World of Warcraft is not the genesis of that thing, but it was definitely quite common in World of Warcraft. What's up?
You just reminded me. You were trying to remember the name of a singer, and you were like, "What's his name? Is it Everclear?" And I said, "Is it EverQuest?" And you said no. And then I said, "Is it Ultima Online?" And then you asked me if I was being helpful, and I remembered that, and it made me laugh.
It was Everlast, by the way. I was trying to remember the "Then You Might Know What It's Like" song. For the viewers at home, so they don't die of suspense. Anyway, the Hammer Priests have blessed your bow remotely by letter with the ability to destroy rust mites. I don't want to shoot them with broadhead arrows. My broadhead arrows are expensive.
Trust your instincts, scribe.
Okay. I'm trying. Scribe, when you are completely done with your other tasks, go to the Forbidden Library and retrieve for me the map of the Keeper compound. I left it on the 2nd floor. Well, that's convenient. Garrett could barely control himself. Hi.
So the idea that was so funny, I could not immediately look up when World of Warcraft came out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Was, so both the Hammerites and the Pagans, right, have very specific lingos.
Uh-huh.
And in my head, I thought of what if there was like a pagan who was a Hammerite or was pretending to be a Hammerite and had to code switch, and that'd be very funny to me.
Sort of a sorry to bother you, but for the Deadly Shadows.
Yeah.
Everybody should go see Sorry to Bother You. The passage I described below, don't learn anything about it critically. Just go see it. It's fucking rad. The passage I described below is all I could find on the subject you requested. Keeper Belios said there were other books, but we could not find them. Perhaps someone else is making similar inquiries. Balance, Keeper Osteria. Balance is an interesting sign-off. Sentience, also known as artifacts, soul stones, or relics. A grouping of 5 objects possessing special powers and what is thought to be a consciousness normally only associated with living entities. Presumably created as part of an ancient safeguard against the forces of evil. Examples include the Heart and the Chalice, also called the Builder's Cup by the Hammerites. Efforts to confine all the sentients to one place for study have failed. How and when they came into existence is not known. Recommended further study. Well, now that's interesting. A bunch of sentient or semi-sentient treasures that we could steal, and then they would have feelings about that.
Hello, Garrett. Orland informs me that you are to receive the Keeper Door glyph. You must perform the scribe ritual to do so. Place your hands into the indentations on the plaque behind me. That is all.
Okay, so first of all, that's a table. Secondly, you walk around and change sides of the room. Are you sure that behind you is an actual... Because this is the rest of what was behind you. I mean, that's interesting. There's a way to break in or out there. Where the hell is she supposed to be standing when she says that? I mean, this isn't a plaque, and it doesn't have indentations, but it does have the door glyph inscribed on it. Yep, that was it. There's no indentation. Okay. Fucking whatever. Look for this glyph on a wall, then use it and a door will appear.
Very well, Garrett. You now have all the powers of an acolyte. You are able to see and open Keeper doors. Look for the glyph. Keeper Artemis also wishes to see you, I believe. Farewell.
I just spoke to him. Those are maybe the worst directions I've ever gotten from a video game NPC for how to interact with an object that is in the same room as the NPC. You think that would be like very simple? Alright, to all acolytes and scribes, it has come to my attention that some of you have not yet undergone the acolyte ritual, and that there have been unsubstantiated rumors about the safety of such practices. The acolyte ritual is a simple keeper indoctrination, is completely safe, and is mandatory for all scribes. After the ritual, you will be able to see and use the Keeper Door glyph. The importance of acquiring this glyph cannot be stressed enough. Without it, a keeper would be unable to see or open the myriad secret glyph doors that have been placed throughout the city to mask our presence, bypass city gates, store supplies, and aid our maneuverability. The current citywide quarantine is a perfect example of the importance of the Keeper Door glyph, as with it we can easily pass between South Quarter and Docks using our secret door near the gate. Now that is handy. If you have any questions, an elder can assist you. Alright, so does this room... Okay, yeah, there is a door here. That makes sense. It is interesting, though, that you can go through the window if you want. I wonder why you would. 2 elders regarding Interpreter Katika from F.K. Orland, First Keeper Orland. Many have expressed frustration that the process of interpreting the glyphs regarding the Dark Age and the Brethren and Betrayer is taking too long. But be assured, Interpreter Katika is consulting the books as much as her health allows. It should be said that the constant exposure to the books and the physical act of reading the glyphs has been a terrible strain on her. You will recall that Katika is one of the younger interpreters we have had, but already she has spoken of a successor due to the marked aging effect of the readings. For now, Katika continues to have readings every day and believes she is close to important truths. For further concerns, please see me. That's important. You want them to bring their concerns directly to you so that you can ignore them as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So, okay. The map of the keeper place that we're supposed to be able to find is on the second floor. But we have no idea what floor we're on right now. So that's not a super helpful description.
Nice night, huh?
May your glyphs aid you.
It could be upstairs. It could be downstairs. Is there anything else in here?
May I
Oh,
speak with you? I think I've found something in my studies. A connection.
Go on, and speak up, Scribe. I can barely hear you.
Well, everyone knows the Compendium of Reproach has been missing. And then last week, I scribed a passage, and it read, "The Compendium will be borne by a terrible storm."
Yes, I remember the report. Interesting. Yet, no sign of any inclement weather, eh, Scribe?
No, but then, just a few days ago, a ship came into the docks area. Do you remember the report from Keeper Alcott? He said the ship had managed to get itself into port, though no one was left alive to man it. A plague ship. The crew. Undead.
Yes, it is indeed a tragedy, and a mystery, but I see no connection. A storm would not cause the ship to befall such a fate.
No, but the name of the ship, Elder Draco. The name of the ship is the Abysmal Gale. Is that not another way of saying terrible storm? This is the connection of which I speak.
Ah, I see your point. And the error in your thinking. The compendium was lost ages ago. How could it possibly be on a ship that has just come into port?
But
Enough, Scribe. I have
Got him.
important business to attend to. In case you haven't heard, there's a dark age approaching.
yes, Elder Draco. Thank you for speaking with me.
Maybe the scribe is on to something. I should check out this ship, the Abysmal Gale, next time I visit the docks.
See, the thing about ships is you do put things on them.
one of the main things, yeah. Okay, Keeper Council report. Keeper Rafe will be allowed to return to the Sunken Citadel in an effort to retrieve what he believes to be the lost glyph key that opens the Compendium of Reproach. If his theory proves correct, his success will bring us that much closer to a solution for the Dark Age. His request for a team has been denied as more than one life was lost on the last expedition. Furthermore, without proof that the glyph key is located in the Sunken Citadel, it would be unwise for us to overextend our resources in what could be unfruitful despite the plenitude of valuables reported by Rafe. Lastly, the council has deemed the Citadel unsafe and forbids any keeper to approach it. Okay. In the docks. In the dock sewers, in fact. Okay. So that's how we get there.
Times are different.
Did I read this already? No. Talia, I want to run this by you before I bring it to an elder. You know how we search for the Compendium of Reproach in our efforts regarding the Dark Age? Well, I recently scribed a passage in which the Compendium was mentioned. It said it will be borne by a terrible storm. Then later we heard that report about the ghost ship and all those undead. Completely related to our work, right? Or is it? Because the name of that ship is the Abysmal Gale. Do you see? Abysmal Gale, terrible storm. They mean the same. Amabel.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Abysmal is similar to terrible.
Uh-huh.
And storm is similar to gale.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
No, can you explain
I
it to me
can't
again?
fucking believe how bad the writing is. This citadel is driving me crazy. Oh my god, I'm so bored. Imagine if it were my own efforts that led to the recovery of the compendium. Tell me if you think I've got something here. Your friend Skywell. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate it here.
Okay. So actually, I want to talk about that. If that's
Okay. All right, please do.
Because, like, we did not have this in the previous games. Because
This
they were
way
very...
leads to the forbidden libraries.
Orland
I can
says
sneak
this
my way
place is
in,
off limits
but
to
I
you.
can't let any keepers catch me in there.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously we're doing it. Please continue.
It's in the other two games, because it was just, you know, cutscene, mission, we didn't have the stuff where we had to be given each mission twice.
Or sometimes more.
And I feel like that was better.
This library is forbidden to you, Garrett.
I was trying to see if I could sneak along the wall without going into his vision code and then just thunk him on the side of the head. But okay. I'll have to deal with the light there.
But like the thing where we're going throughout the city to different fences and whatnot, that in theory is neat. But I do think
What do you think you're doing?
I guess you better turn around and relight
Orland
it.
says this place is off limits to you.
I guess you better turn around and relight it. I guess you better turn...
This library is forbidden to you, Garrett.
He loses track of me if I walk away from him. No, maybe not. Maybe not anymore. Okay. Can I stay out of the light of the window? Well, he hasn't responded to my presence. Let's do some stupid shit. I'm gonna delete your bones. Wow. All right. Mission failed.
Okay,
Hold on. Hold on. Mission failed. Don't attack them or get caught doing anything that will... Hold on. But...
That's sweetie, deleting someone's bones is an attack.
I'm just saying anything could have happened to that man. Anything could have happened. They don't know it was me. There's no reason for them to know it was me. God, the game is so... Well, I mean, it's still very dark here. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you a lot.
No, that's okay.
Do you have more thoughts?
No, I mean, that was pretty much it. I just said, I think it's,
This library is forbidden to you, Garrett.
Well, I could try, like, a noisemaker arrow, maybe? There might be another way in as well.
I'm assuming there's another way in. If we can find that map.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I'm just saying that I don't know. What do you think about that? About what's gained versus what's lost with the change of the thing from a sequence of missions to missions connected through a kind of hub world?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. They're trying to create a sense of place. My honest answer, though, what's gained versus what's lost is nothing is gained. I don't feel like there's any benefit to the approach they're using here.
I feel compelled to investigate that sound. Two questions. Where did the noise come from, and what made it?
Hopefully I'm too far away from him for him to see me.
There will be no further noises to interrupt me.
I guess we're going to find out in a second here.
That is not allowed here, thief. You must stop.
Okay.
I knew it. Who dares
I
interrupt my
stopped.
studies?
What? Did you forget I was there? The fuck is going on with the AI in this game? My man fully forgot I was there. The good news is, I think I can get it in one more noisemaker arrow if he'll just return to neutral.
I need a better look to see who that was.
Or maybe I don't even need to use another noisemaker arrow.
Come into the light so I can get a better look at you.
Yeah, because I'm getting like relatively quick at this.
Maybe by the
What is your opinion?
About the libraries? I think Orland is right to restrict Garrett's movements. These books are far too valuable to risk. Besides, there's nothing here in the Forbidden Libraries that a thief would want, unless that thief were the brethren and betrayer Arcadica seeks.
Then you do not believe.
What, the prophecies? I believe. I just don't believe it's Garrett to which they refer. Perhaps Orland is the one. Or one of us, perhaps. It seems logical it would be an elder. We alone possess the knowledge and skill.
Indeed. So you think it is folly to accept Garrett in our midst? His aid with the coming Dark Age will prove ineffective?
Of course. What can he do that we, all of us, cannot do?
I wish I were as sure as you, Elder Callow.
Where is the light coming from that's causing those shadows to fall that way? Also, I know that this was definitely a thing we were doing in the last game, but it feels, I don't know if it feels to me like there's more of it or like it's more obtrusive or what. I definitely feel a lot more like we're just standing around waiting for conversations to finish in front of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you feel like there's been more of that like per minute here?
There's been a lot of that. And the conversations haven't been as... Because when we would...
They were almost always like very characterful before, and there was not a lot of information in them.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'd have information, but a lot of it was like character and world building stuff before. Here I feel like they are bereft of character. They often have an accent, but they're bereft of character. But that one I do think is interesting, at least in the sense that like it informed us that the Keepers, it is a going theory among some of the Keepers that Garrett is the person they're looking for, because that makes a lot of sense, and it gives us some extra context on their reticence to allow us to the reluctance to allow us to walk around here.
The Keepers are wasting their time writing about me. I'm a thief, and a good one. But I've got nothing to do with their prophecies.
You know what's very funny?
What's that?
Is that musical sting that kept playing?
Yeah. Yes, it was very dramatic and extremely ill-timed. The Matter of Garrett by Keeper Draco. Familiarizing yourself with Garrett's history and capabilities could prove essential should the time come when we no longer deem him necessary. Garrett studied with us until his early 20s, at which time he was offered the chance to proceed with the indoctrination ceremony and become a keeper. However, he lacked balance and instead expressed his intention to leave. The council voted we deal with him using the enforcers, until Katika informed us that Garrett was essential to overcoming difficult times ahead. I do not need... I know this stuff has not been absent from the previous games, but holy shit, can I tell you how much I hate a chosen one, you were the one who was supposed to bring balance kind of story?
Yeah. I hate it a lot as well.
And so our most promising acolyte left us. Garrett pursued the life of a criminal, and with the keeper training we had given him, he quickly became a master thief. His abilities did not escape attention of certain individuals, and he was lured into a pagan plot that threatened the safety of the city. During that time, Garrett's eye was removed and used to power the eye, one of the artifacts we are studying, see Ogilvy's treatise on sentience for more regarding the artifacts. After the threat was neutralized, Garrett obtained a mechanical eye from the Hammerites. Later, his thieving abilities revealed an excessive imbalance within the Hammerite Order. See the Mechanist Metal Age for more on this topic. True to Katika's predictions, Garrett had the abilities necessary to remove the threat and overcome our second trial. Now Katika has predicted a third Dark Age, and she believes Garrett will play a critical role, though the glyphs have yet to reveal if he will influence the outcome positively or negatively. Yes, this is it's very much about tying everything we've done together into a single grand struggle, which I guess is that's the story the Keepers have been slinging the whole time anyway, right?
But I hate that.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That musical sting. Oh my goodness.
It is very goofy.
My favorite approach to Chosen One narratives is things where there is someone needed to do a thing, but that person could be anybody, right? It's not that their blood or whatever makes them the right fit, but that it's like a job, and
yeah,
someone is the right person for that job or lucks into it. And I think that's something that feels better for Garrett. He is not someone who has a destiny. He's someone that destiny does shit to. That he gets stuck in situations.
Listen, the notes for the music for the area said atmospheric, spooky, significant. And the composer was like, how can I make it seem significant just all of the time? I know. The trouble started when I asked permission to leave the library in order to visit the compound and begin research for a new paper, a treatise on us, on Keepers, our history and founding principles. To my knowledge, no such book has been written yet, and it seemed a worthy endeavor. My proposal was well thought out and included chapters on balance and the powers of glyphs. However, permission to visit the compound was not granted me. In fact, my request was met with surprise and outright suspicion. Surely my idea was a good one, and I would be thorough in my research and truthful in my conclusions. But saying so only seemed to trouble the elders further. Then, today, my duties were reduced. Could it be related to my request? And if so, why? I'm afraid to press these questions further. Besides, who would I ask? Yeah, no, their whole thing is being insanely secretive. I feel like anybody who's actually in this order should know that they wouldn't want you writing down all of their secret shit. Right?
But they also, value knowledge.
Yeah, but
right?
not other people having knowledge of them, and they already have knowledge of themselves.
Should I tell the others about the diathamese glyph? If only I could be sure of what I saw, or who to trust.
The diaphamese glyph. So there's this spot in front of the bookcase. I'm going to go ahead and step on it on purpose here. Okay, I expected it to be anything instead of nothing. Silly me. Okay. Forbidden Library, second floor of the Forbidden Library. Yep, so this is just this door here. So we're allowed to be out here. I'm going to close this so that people don't see us in this room. So we saw a second floor to that first room we were in. I don't know how we would access it. I'm assuming this way.
Do we not have rope arrows in this?
No, I don't believe so. Right, our special arrows we have Water, moss, fire, the noisemakers. There's a kind of arrow we don't have yet, which I would presume would be the noise arrows, although I suppose it could be like gas arrows or something too.
It's just really, because climbing was such a part of...
I definitely feel like traversal is less interesting.
Yeah. I would be fascinated to find out why they made these decisions. You know?
Huh? Hello. Who is it?
No one.
There.
Shit.
I see you.
I tried to get across there as quickly as possible. It did not work. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to be very stingy with my use of the of the water arrows, but there are some places where we're just gonna have to turn the lights out. And I mean, we have plenty of money. I don't need to be this cautious, but like, if we start spending at a reasonable clip, we're gonna get to the place where I do need to have been this cautious, right? Eventually.
Yeah.
Keeper Dover, journal entry number 2136.
Okay, so you have gone back in. Okay, could you share the stream with me, please?
Oh, sorry. Yep. No, you're right. I forgot every time anything happens. Bloody hell.
This game.
Also, tabbing out makes all the text disappear, so I have to close this book and reopen it. Okay. I should have known better than to bring it up in front of the entire console. I mean, that's not the game's fault that Discord... They're not responsible for some shit that happens in an application that isn't their application 20 years in the future.
No, I'm sorry. But the thing where it loads a new executable every time, that's...
I mean, in theory, it's not a problem. It's not a problem for the operation of the actual game itself. I should have known better than to bring it up in front of the entire council. Still, my words had some effect, at least now that there is the resolution forbidding it. I believe that will cause many to think twice should the temptation arise. Meanwhile, we should all be on the watch for the telltale signs. The dead animals, their life forces drained. It is not a love of creatures that compels me to speak out. No, they are pitiable, but inconsequential. I can only speculate on how long a keeper could extend a normal lifespan in this way. 100? 200 years? Maybe longer. But it would take more than vermin to accomplish that. And I, now that I possess the knowledge, can I truly say I too am not tempted? This is why I cannot remain silent. That and the glyph that Elder Beryl speculates must exist, though we have yet to find. One that enables shape-shifting. What a potent elixir of glyph magics that would be.
But how?
So this person discovered a glyph of vampirism, it sounds like?
Yeah.
That's something. That's a heck of a something, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, person walking around with a torch, that's inconvenient.
So, when we were coming into doing this third game, you expressed a lot of... I'm sorry, that cue. A lot of excitement about learning more about the Keepers and their whole deal.
Ha! Now fight then!
Damn it.
Your only hope is to flee.
Damn it.
How are you,
Yeah, it's sort of something. It's sort of kind of something. I would have preferred to learn more about them in the way that information was presented in the previous games.
Yeah.
This wander around a large non-mission area and just like take in tons of dialogue and writing thing is less... Yeah. It's less fun than I think the developers probably wanted it to be.
Yeah. Stream.
Right.
should not let myself be so easily distracted.
I snuck up on a guy and I pickpocketed him, and you would have been so proud of me.
Baby, I'm always proud of you.
That's why. That's what makes me say it. Okay, it seems like there's not really even a reason to be over here. Let's just get behind the wall. I guess there is a doorway.
It was a mistake. One only has to read the reports to see it is so.
Okay, where does this go?
Ooh, there's something glimmering up there, sweetheart.
I see it.
Okay.
I'm being very methodical. The pagan situation. The pagans have begun to infiltrate into more areas using decaying infrastructure to mask their presence. They now have sanctuaries in almost every district. Diane, their high priestess, was the successor to the pagan leadership after the wood nymph Victoria was desiccated. That is not what happened to Victoria. Diane's is often seen with a staff, though it has not been available for study. Diane's what? Okay. Her commander, Larkspur, is aggressive and dangerous. The two control a large number of shamans who invoke the powers of plants both to hurt and to heal. I believe the pagans are able to accelerate plant growth, such that it could rapidly culminate in a great imbalance. Recommend further observation. An imbalance in the amount of plant mass, I guess. You can't have too much plant mass. The world would tip over, and then all the water would spill out.
You know, generally, to be clear, I'm very team pagan.
Yeah, broadly.
Yeah.
What's going on up here? We're gonna stick close to the wall. Who are you?
Did someone just put out that... Hey, what happened to the torch? Must be drafty.
He interrupted his line about what happened to the torch with a different line about what happened to the torch.
Maybe I'll just check around. Over here a bit. Nothing. Good. That's what I was hoping.
Thanks for the interior monologue. Go ahead,
like
go ahead, sit down.
Look the way he
You've
stood up on
earned
the
it.
chair.
Oh, can't quite figure out how chairs work. Seems a little confused.
He's just bisexual.
And listen, I can at least get into the chair. What my legs do once I have attained the... Look at his shadow.
Oh no, he's standing on the chair again. Oh.
Amabel, I feel sapped of my energies.
This game.
I think this place has... I need it to stop. I need to...
Yeah,
That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to finish this Keeper Library stuff. I think we're pretty close to the end of it. I think we've stolen almost everything that there is for us to steal here. And then we shall steal out into the city and do a bunch of fetch quests and garbage to grind faction reputation so that we can be beloved by everyone and there will be no consequences for any of our actions.
And we'll see you next time. I'm glad we're gonna be done with this episode. I'm really tuckered out.